Sometimes you learn something to pain. Sometimes you are forced to learn this to pain. Well, I can tell you, I learned something important to excruciating pain. And how did I do this? Let me tell you this. I am a person that likes to be independent. I don't like to ask for help unless it's really necessary. And I want to work towards my goal. But when you sometimes are in so excruciating pain, you need to break something down. You are forced to do something. Remember something that you read in a book. A lot of books. They have great knowledge, and I have some here and there I can do. Here's just the problem. Even though I have read a lot of books, they have not changed my life. I may feel like I have the knowledge, but how can this knowledge be good if you haven't used the books? When you're reading a book and they give you a piece of advice, do you implement it at the same time you read it, or do you wait? If you're like me, you probably have read it and feel like, yeah, I will do that later, but later never comes. So here is how I implement this book. I have never been doing these small goals or anything he said before now. And it all started because I was in excruciating pain. I felt like pain from my lower back to my knee. And it was just hard to walk, even getting up from the chair. But here's just the problem. I needed to get some water, because if I didn't get some water, I would look like this. So here is how I implemented James Clear's step plus one more things. I will tell you that later in the video, or you can figure that out. What I did was, in the book, it was telling that you have to make extremely small goals. My goal was too big for me right now. I needed some water. That was a big goal. So how could I implement this with the extreme small goals? Well, the first thing I had to do was getting up off my chair. The second part was walking. And I had to walk like this person that couldn't do much. But every time I walked, I said, good job, now the next step. And just feel like I could do it. You can do it now. I just gave myself encouragement all the time. The third part I did, besides the small step, was setting some milestones. I was finally at halfway to my destination. So I could celebrate, yeah, inside of my head, because if I moved too much, I would feel the pain. And finally, I was at the water and could get it. And now I could reward myself by drinking some water and feel like, yeah, I did it. And then I have to go back again. So, same process. So here is the steps I actually took. First, I walked a lot. And this step I did was just taking small steps all the time and focus on one step each. I would have to go back to my chair. And every time I came to halfway back to my step, I was celebrated. I was sitting there and now I could relax and do whatever I was doing. So what did I learn from this? I learned how important it is to implement things from a book. And I also learned how important setting small goals actually is. I was forced to learn this lesson. I was forced to do this because of this pain. I was forced to do the small goals. But this is also helping me fight against procrastinating. Because by focusing on small things I will do, I can do them faster. Example, I don't want to go to the gym. The goal is going to the gym. So what can I be doing first? I can find my gym clothes. Then I can find my shoes. Then I can put those on, go out of the door. And then I can put more milestones on. These can be some of the examples where you just think like, yes, this will do. Another example can be, you don't want to write on your computer, but you also know you have to do it. So you are sitting there on your phone and then think you will have to go to write. But then you are thinking, no, I just want to look at my phone. But here is where you put the small step. You're taking your phone out and then you put it in the pocket. Then you get up and then you walk over to the computer, turn it on, then begin to write one word at a time. By having to focus these small goals and give yourself compassion, you can achieve a lot. I know that if you implement these things I say in this video, you will change your lives forever. If you think so, and if you have done change your life, tell me in the comments.